day.
All right, 25th day. 25th day?
Oh, buddy, you
day.
better come on. Now on the 5th and 20th day.
Which is the 25th day.
Ooh, boy. Of the month Calcius. That's what they call December. Ooh, boy.
November, December.
In the 140th and 8th year, they rose up bedtime, meaning all the time, very quickly, in the morning.
All right.
And then offered sacrifices.
Oh, see? You see? There has to be a sacrifice. Are you the living sacrifice? Go ahead.
And offered sacrifices according to the law.
To the law.
Mm,
Torah.
mm. Upon the new altar.
This is what this whole revolt was about. To Torah.
Upon the new altar, though.
But on the new new altar.
The new altar.
Who's the stone now?
That ought to be you.
Oh.
I could have sworn he said Peter. Upon this rock I will build my church, called out assembly, and the gates of hell shall not be able to prevail. Hallelujah.
Right.
Ain't that something? That's something right there, Mom.
Come on now.
The law upon the new altar.
Are you the
burnt.
altar? Are y'all the altar?
Yes.
Here on this altar.
Yes.
The law upon the new altar of burnt offering, which they had made. Verse 54, look at what time and what day the Gentiles, my goodness, look at what time and what day the Gentiles had profaned it. Even in that was it dedicated with songs. With songs.
With songs?
With songs.
Songs.
They began to sing
Yes.
during the same time that the Gentiles feigned their sanctuary. Ain't that right, Mommy? So now all of a sudden we got people celebrating December 25th with a Christmas tree. Not knowing that this got something to do with your heritage.
Yes.
Oh boy.
But Hasatan said that he would
Fixed
be
it up.
just like the Most High. So what he has sought out to do is to create a day in reference to one already
You
created.
better come on.
Now the people have been deceived and confused. He has deceived the whole world
Yes, he has.
into believing
A lie.
the lie. But we see it is written. The
Hallelujah.
5th and 20th day is the 25th day.
Woo, you better come on with it. Verse 54.
Yes.
Look at what time and what day the Gentile, the heathen, had profaned it. Even in that was it dedicated with songs.
That's right.
My goodness. Man, and critics and hearts and they was singing, they was shouting, they was bringing the house down. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Then all the people fell upon their faces. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
They fell upon their faces.
That's
that
right.
kind of gives me the realization that when the wise men came to Yahshua at his birth, when they came before him, the first thing they did was they bowed and paid homage to the reality of the King of Israel being there.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Because there was some realization of them being there and having to pay homage to the king. Had to bow to the king because anytime the king comes in, it's hell be to the king.
Hallelujah.
Verse 55. It says, then all the people fell upon their faces, worshiping and praising the Most High Yah of the heavens, who had given them good success.
Oh, again, the question was asked. You got breath? Some will suffocate their praise because of a current struggle. But if they take a moment and just look around, you'll see somebody's struggle greater than yours. But do you shout hallelujah then? Not because your brethren, stranger or foe, is struggling, suffering greater than you, but for some reason he has shown you mercy.
Yes.
Come on.
Verse 56, so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days.
One day.
8.
Okay, because it's all right.
8 days.
8 days.
Not how many that actually made them feel good.
Yes.
They kept 8.
They kept 8. Come on now.
Hallelujah.
Come on now.
So they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days and offer burnt offerings with gladness.
Yes, hallelujah.
And sacrifice, oh my goodness, sacrifice, is that right? Yeah, and sacrifice, the sacrifice of deliverance,
yes,
and praise.
Thanksgiving.
Woo! They decked.
Yes.
Also,
they decorated. They decorated the front. The front. I think it said the front.
The front, oh yeah.
Of the temple.
That's what they did.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah. Of the temple with crowns of gold.
That is it. You see it?
With gold.
And,
Gold. So it's got to have some gold to it. They got to have a little bling.
Look, you got the gold
Bling,
crowns.
bling.
Small shields. They restored the gates and the chambers for the priests and fitted them with doors.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Verse 58.
There was very great joy among the people, and the disgrace brought by the nations was removed.
Put away.
Then Judas and his brothers and all the assembly of Yashrael determined that every year.
How many years, Mommy?
Every.
The ones we picked.
Every year.
The ones that my people told me to do.
Yeah.
Every year?
Every year.
All right, now,
at that season, the days of dedication of the altar should be observed, which were 8 days, beginning with the 25th day of the month of, what is it?
Celsius.
Is it just?
Yeah.
Kislev?
Celsius, that's what we've been making sure we've been calling. Make sure we all got to understand. This is written where?
It's written.
It's written. With myrrh and gladness.
And see, yours break it down to that understanding.
Hallelujah. Let me keep going. Verse 60. Are you good?
Second Maccabees 10.
Second Maccabees. No, you know I'm going. You know, huh? You got it?
Brother Rush, you see now?
Okay.
Verse 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep, verse 1.
Now Maccabees and his company, the Lord guiding them, recovered the temple and the city. But the altars which the heathen have built in the open street, and also the chapels they pulled down. And having cleansed the temple, they made another altar. And striking stones. They took fire out of them and offered a sacrifice after 2 years, and set forth incense and lights and showbread. When that was done, they fell flat down.
Falling down thing. Do you see it? Do you see it? It's all through. It's all through. There was a woman who came into an uninvited gathering. And this woman was talked amongst the people as being unclean. Okay? Of all the people, all these royal priests and Sadducees and Pharisees, judging this woman. How'd she get here? Who invited her? And she walks in, but she comes not empty-hearted or handed.
You better come on.
She has a gift. Anytime you enter into the presence of the King, you must bring forth And even though they didn't speak out loud,
Yes.
Yeshua heard every thought in the room. And he responded. All of you have all the riches, silver and gold,
Hello.
but none has given hunger.
You better come on.
They might come no more into such troubles. But if they sinned any more against him,
Okay. If they do what?
if they sinned any more against him,
See, these are Salah moments for me. We all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of Yah. Where are we sinning now? Knowing the truth and doing it not is counted as? See? Where are we sinning now? Read that verse again for me, Brother Russ.
beginning of verse 4.
Uh-huh.
When that was done, they fell flat down and besought the Lord that they might come no more into such trouble. But if
Some of
they,
y'all don't want. Yeah, some of y'all want to get out your troubles. Some of y'all want to get out your troubles, but y'all ain't getting out your troubles. Cause what? Cause you're still sinning. He told the woman when she got caught lying in the sand and said, "Do what? Go and sin no more." Go ahead, Brother Russ.
but if they sinned against him, that he himself would chasten them with mercy, and that they might not be delivered unto the blasphemous and barbarous nations. Now upon the same day that the strangers profaned the temple, on the very same day it was cleansed again, even the 25th day of the same month, which was Caslu. And they kept 8 days with the gladness as in the feast of the tabernacle, remembering that not long afore they had held the feast of the tabernacles, when as they wandered in the mountains and dens like beasts.
Go to 8 for me.
Therefore they bare branches and fair boughs and palms also, and sang psalms unto him that had given them good success in cleansing his place. They ordained also by a common statute and decree that every year
those days
should be kept of the whole
whole
nation of the
nations
Jews.
of the Yehudim. Every year, we are to keep it. And as the history foretold, we're looking at 167, 164 BC, before Christ.
Which means the people was doing this.
Before.
Which means it's a historical artifact that cannot be debunked. Which means this is even before religions that even started. Which means that if you begin to try to fight against this with deity,
Yeah. You're fighting against Torah. We know that the books have been taken out, Maccabees. But when you look, this was a revolt because they were turning back to Torah. And so we now have come into an understanding, and all by get an understanding, and we getting that understanding that we are the people of the book. And we're trying to find our heritage, our customs and traditions, and go into the way of Yahuwah, doing that which he has commanded, statute, made laws. This is the establishment of Hanukkah. Being the light. We have to be the light. Again, I beseech your hearts to enter into the presence of the people. Do they see and feel and know? Yeah. Because greater is he who lives within thee. If people are treating you small, somewhere he's not there at all. If people start making things happen for you, you're only there dealing with one situation and all of a sudden mountains begin to move for you. That's because they see, they feel.
That's how it go, huh?
Are we living like royalty? Are we still living like those slaves? Coming into the truth, you no longer have that mind. Be ye retransformed by the renewing of your mind. Israel left out of Egypt, but Egypt didn't